always love teaching couples because we live in this Jerry Maguire society that you complete me. And it sounds nice, but it's just really bad theology because it makes people feel that are not married that they're not complete. But that's not true. You're whole in Jesus. When you get married, it's new creation, not completion. Fascinating to learn. It's mysterious. It's miraculous. Some of you dudes, like we look at the girl you got, we're like, yo, there is a God somewhere. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every couple that's been joined together by God, that's a miracle at play. How do we get this? Well, we get this from our text, Genesis chapter 2. The very first marriage we see in the very beginning is the Garden of Eden. That Adam, he was there in the garden. It's fascinating because all of the animal kingdom and man was formed from the dirt. And then Adam, as he's doing his work, God says Adam needs a helper. Now, it's very important that we stop right there because we hear that word and many of us, we don't have the right connotation. And so we think that means that women are on the planet to simply be a helper, that they're less than. Well, if you actually study the Bible, what you learn is that that word helper is the same word used in the book of Psalms when it talks about God towards Israel. And as you break it down, what it means is that God corresponds and God is connected to Israel. So it is with your spouse, that you correspond and you are connected. Women are not lesser than men. They're there to correspond and to be connected. I know this is not popular, but it's important to say. Men are superior to women at being men. And women, I got some of y'all right there. Some of y'all about left the church. And women are superior to men at being women. What am I trying to get at? I'm trying to get at that we are not to compete. We're not to compare. We are meant to collaborate. We are meant to work together. We're meant to correspond and be connected because we've got a job to do. The scripture says that God, he puts this man to sleep, and out of his body, from his rib, he forms a woman. I mean, this is profound. This is miraculous. Just the idea that that woman was taken from man, and then when you come to marriage, man goes inside a woman. It's called sexual intimacy. It is this profound mystery taking place. And the scripture says that man is supposed to leave his mother and father, and the two become one. That's what Dawncheré is talking about. And that is like so crazy that this miracle has taken place, that it's a brand new creation. That male and female, the scripture says, let us create man in our image. And he created them male and female, meaning that there's a masculine side to God apparently, and there's a feminine side to God. And when we come together in marriage, not just in sexual activity, but when we come together in marriage, we are truly representing and showcasing the Trinity, the Godhead, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit, in a way that has never, ever occurred until we stepped into marriage. Friends, it's a miracle and it's profound and it's not something just to brush past. It's powerful. But I say this because some of you who are married, I was trying to make this point clear at Somi. I don't know if it all the way landed all the way, but those of us that are married, it's uncomfortable to say it right now, but if we're being honest, nobody can hurt me more than Dawncheré. And I bet if she was being honest today, she would say nobody's hurt her more in her life than me. Not because I'm bad and because she's mad, it's because she's me and I'm her. When I criticize Dawncheré, I'm criticizing me. This is powerful because people, they miss this. They don't realize the profound mystery that's taking place. That's why I think it's so silly. I can see the immaturity in a marriage as soon as somebody who's married criticizes their spouse in front of other people. Are you crazy? I'm not. You're going to only hear me bless. This is my other half. This is my other half. And here's what happens. It's actually quite a gift that God's given me, Dawncheré, because when I was single, I would have thoughts about my weaknesses or my issues, but I could just run away and go to the mall or go work out. I wouldn't have to confront them. But now, me is always confronting me. And if you don't recognize the profound mystery at play, you'll resent yourself, which is resenting her, and you'll create distance, not realizing that God has actually brought her into your life to help cleanse you and strengthen you. How many know there's a difference between hurting someone and harming someone? Hurting and harming are different. I went to the dentist yesterday, don't like going to the dentist, and they went into my mouth and they hurt me. But they were cleansing me for a purpose. Harming is when you're just trying to damage or inflict pain out of a selfish reason. See, before I was married, and there's a lot of people that are about to get married, and you read that passage like two become one, it just sounds beautiful. But I don't think it until you get into the reality of it, I used to think it was cookie dough, and Dawncheré's gonna be the chocolate chips. And we come together, now we got a chocolate chip cookie. Everyone likes a chocolate chip cookie more than just cookie dough. But that's a bad analogy because it's more painful than that. It hurts more than that. It's more like two precious metals. It's more like iron and carbon. And the only way that they can come together is they have to be melted down. And when iron and carbon are melted down and they come together, guess what they form? They form something brand new. It's called steel. And steel is stronger than both, but they fill in the gaps and they become a brand new metal. Am I preaching to anyone today? If you don't understand the profound mystery, you will run away when the relationship hurts. I want to let you know, it hurts to have your ego melted. You ought to know it hurts to live an accountable life. It hurts when your opinion has to go through compromise and I have to change my preference because it's not just me anymore, it's both of us. But this hurting is not harming me. This hurting is cleansing me. It's making me stronger, not weaker. It's making me better and not worse. Somebody give God some praise. Come on. You got to get that. This is a miraculous mystery at play. And the great gift that God's given us, we will resent one another if we don't recognize there's something more at play here. Right. You are me and I am you. We're a brand new creation. And that's what motivates my marriage.